Hi, Brent Hawkins. TDI it's always been, as talked about among the Chicago committee members, the board itself, kind of an amorphous concept, and we've had a hard time conveying what we were intending to get to and get at with TDI, and I think ultimately it's as Jennifer said, it's an initiative that asks member firms to look at the tools that they have, focus those tools, and on the diverse talent they have, and make sure that they're filtering and funneling the highest value of those tools to the diverse talent to make sure we retain and promote those individuals. And what's important to understand, there's no one-size-fits-all TDI initiative. It's really looking at what you have, implementing it in the context of your enterprise. And in our firm, and I'm going to give one example, because it's just that one example. I think our professional development team is one of the strengths of our firm, and we always had a thing, McDermott University, and I looked at that and I said, well, looking at that, how do I use our existing tools of professional development, sharpen it, and put it on high intensity and focus it on our diverse talent. And part of it was bearing in mind, we understand the general paradigm of law firms. You build a lot of hours, you do good work, you should stay around and get promoted, but underlying that is not just the quantity of hours you build, the quality of the work that you're getting, the quality of preparation and career development you're getting, and the relationships, quite frankly, who you're working for within the firm, and the relationships you're developing outside the firm. So our goal was to kind of focus our professional development staff in developing a program that would emphasize building all of those skill sets, all those tools, and all those necessary components for success. And what we decided, I actually sat with our PD staff and said, if you could have the best professional development program that you could institute within the firm with no resource handcuffs, all the money you could spend, what would it look like? And they said, well, we would have individual boards for all of our associates, and those boards would include high-level decision makers on attorneys' careers, higher-level contacts outside the firm, people that were connected in the legal community, in the civic community. It would have high training components. All of that would be what we would do, and it would all be implemented through the boards. So what we set out to do for our diverse lawyers was to actually implement a plan that reflected that best case scenario. And we created boards of advisors. Actually, one of our associates here participated since its inception. We piloted our program in our Chicago office, and we asked any diverse lawyer, racial and ethnically diverse lawyer, if they wanted to participate, and everybody did. But we created boards of advisors for each of them. And the board of advisors consists of the practice group leader, the global practice group leader, the assigned mentor in the firm, our career advisors, we call them, a capital partner, or equity partner from the Racial and Ethnic Diversity Committee. Those three partners selected a champion sponsor, someone generally, typically that wasn't necessarily connected all the time to diversity efforts, but certainly high power influence within that associate's practice group or within the firm and within the civic community. We also included somebody from our professional development staff to sit on that board. And for our senior level associates, we included somebody from our business development staff. And so each associate had their own board, and the board would meet quarterly as a collective, but there were smaller meetings with subsets of that board throughout the year. And they would develop their career plan. We would track not only the quantity of hours we bill by a particular associate as measured against non-minority lawyers in the firm and in their practice group, but the quality of those hours. So we looked at, how much of your time is being spent on that practice group's top clients. Are you getting opportunities? And even if your time's not being spent on the top clients, if you're working on smaller clients, are you getting to get lead opportunities on deals? Are you getting to take depositions? Are you getting to argue motions? Are you getting to take witnesses? So really focus on the quality of the work that they were getting, and which is critically important. And also who was assigning the work. that gave us a couple perspectives. One, we got to see, you know, which partners are working on, and if they needed to kind of spread their or bring more opportunities for themselves. But we also got to see which partners. This was kind of novel to see which partners are actually supporting the initiative by making sure that our diverse lawyers are getting the same opportunities as everyone else. So that's what our particular makeup of TDI looked like, and it's been successful. And we've rolled it out now to Chicago, Miami, and our New York offices. And this year we're going to be pretty aggressive and roll it out for our U.S.-wide. We're going to have to kind of change the composition, and obviously resources, having practice group leaders sit on everybody's boards can be a time commitment. But we figured out how to stagger it so that the younger associates still get the attention by having their local practice group leaders engage, and their global practice group leaders getting engaged in certain components. I say all this to say, we want to say a couple of things. One, it's not one size fits all. It's flexible. You have to look at what your firm does well, and then like I said, hyper sensitize that for the diverse associates. And two, you have to make sure you get in. What was critical, I think, for the success of our initiative is to get the engagement and the buy-in of the partners at the highest level. You know, it's not good enough to have just, you know, partners and diverse partners on board. It's important to have the buy-in of the practice group leaders. One, because now the associate kind of gets this experience that one they would not ordinarily get. It's kind of forced serendipity, as I would say. You know, if you create a relationship that maybe they wouldn't otherwise have. But two, it puts a level of accountability on the partners in the practice group to make sure the associates are successful. And so it works both ways, and that's what we've done. That's one example, and I'm happy to talk about some other examples that other people have done, so I'll be around to ask. And Mary Ann was one good example of what she did. But anyway, any questions for me? If not, I'm going to turn it over to Hannah and our panel for the next part of the meeting. Thank you.